thousands defeated. Immortal veterans emerged from battle glorious, laden with riches. Still, the fate of Allion hangs in the balance. If this battle is lost, Allion and its people perish.
You can't stop me. I am Thanatos, god of death.
How is one to defeat a god? Even the greatest hero is no match, but have faith. The chronicles teach that immortals can attain the ultimate levels of divine power. Let our foolish enemies believe they are invincible. Their arrogance and cruelty shall be their undoing. New gods shall rise in defense of Allion, and they shall walk many paths.
Now you're a lesser god.
They will rise and display Herculean strength never before seen. They alone are fated to break the staggering waves of enemy invaders. Now is the time to join forces. Gods must journey to fight in the most distant and dangerous reaches of Allion. The gods shall boldly march into the hostile territories and vanquish formidable creatures of past invasions lying in wait. And for these heroics, handsome rewards await. The Pantheons uniting the bravest shall strike at the very heart of the enemy. Even distortions of space shrouding their camps cannot protect the alien invaders.
Seems like yesterday. I saw a helpless, inexperienced rookie, but you appear totally different. All of Allion is talking about you.
The invaders predicted effortless victory, overcoming our defenders one by one. But no, Allion's heroes rise together, allied against the threat, just as in our glorious past. United, Allion stands on the cusp of victory!
Alrighty guys, thank you for joining us for this special live stream here of Skyforge. I am of course your lead community manager of my.com, Michael Dunaway, known as Spunky on the forums. And joining me today, we've got two very special guests. We have Gabe Purcell, he's the content manager here at my.com for Skyforge. And then we have also newly joining us, Aaron Biedma. He is the North American producer. You may have seen him on the forum some of his fireside chats. Glad to have you guys with us. Thanks for joining us today on the Crucible of the Gods update stream. How are you guys doing?
Great. Really happy to be here and get a chance to talk with you and with the players here today.
Yeah, great. Sorry guys for being a little bit late. Had a little bit of a delay this morning, but we're finally here. We're going to be showing off a lot of the sort of key elements of the Crucible of the Gods update. Of course, there's things like prestige scaling, the changes to battlegrounds, of course, God form, which we'll get into very shortly, some of the quality of life updates, and this stream is just going to be sort of highlighting a lot of those specific things and answering questions from you guys in the community regarding the update. So yeah, as you can see here, I'm currently in the research center sporting a fancy new mount. This mount will be coming in the near future. You'll have a chance to earn this mount in game. But right now we're going to be focusing a little bit about the key mechanics or the key new features added in the Crucible of the Gods update. So I am currently playing on a paladin here on my character. I'm about 33,000 prestige, and going to be coming here into the research center and doing a quest line to unlock my god form. Now I've already spent some time doing the sort of lead up to this. You gain access to this around 33,000 prestige. You have to complete the main storyline, but there are some spoilers in that, so we've gone ahead and skipped forward from that. We don't want you guys to have the story ruined, and just went directly to the point where you actually are going to finally unlock your divine form here and get a taste of all the different elements and abilities that you get with that. So you, of course, are an immortal. You've worked really hard up to this point. You've, progressed in several areas, freed a lot of the local citizens of Allion from things like the Verds and the Army of Deaths and the Fight Knights. And now at this point, you've gotten to a point where you can finally unlock your upper echelon of power, which is your lesser god form here. So to begin with, we're just going to go ahead and show off how you actually unlock that form. So you actually get a small little tutorial to begin with. This tutorial sort of gets you into the hang of things, what sort of abilities you have access to. In this case, there are a couple main divine forms outside, or divine abilities rather, outside of your divine form. The first one that you saw was a heal. It's a very strong heal, and the second one gets you out of all crowd control effects. Now, beyond that, there are of course the really piece de resistance, which is the ultimate form. By hitting Alt and then R, you're able to do this really cool transformation, and suddenly you get this badass god form here. As you can see, I have this like a robotic mechanoid form going on. Now they have me set up here as a cryomancer, so I don't have too many abilities, but as a god form, you do additional damage. You have way more HP, so in this case I have 419,000 HP here. So this is all multiplied quite a lot. And then there are some special abilities you get with the divine form as well. Right, you're looking at right now is just sort of the basics, if you will. In the divine form, one of the key sort of components of that is you're able to freely swap between a lot of your classes on the fly. So you don't have to be out of combat like you can traditionally. You can just hit Alt and then cycle through it. As you can see, I can easily click one on there and then cycle to the next class. And I can select Paladin there. And as you'll notice here, I'm instantly turn into a Paladin and be able to continue on the fight. Now, depending on the archetype, so Paladin is a tank, you have the support, you have ranged DPS, magical DPS, melee. They're all going to have their sort of unique abilities as well. So I can use my God Presence ability here by hitting Alt and then R, which for the Paladin creates this giant vortex of death and sucks all the enemies up into it before spitting them out and doing a ton of damage there. So that is just one of the ultimate sort of abilities that each divine form gets. I can swap to a different class here. So in this case, I'll swap and go to a support class. There is some internal cooldowns between switching between classes, so you can't do it innately on the fly. However, there are sort of like abilities and traits that you can unlock that will make that faster, which we'll get into. So right here, I've just swapped to a Lightbinder here, and as a Lightbinder, as any support class, your ultimate ability here grants a awesome shield and sort of damage boost to your allies, as you'll notice there, and it sort of persists for the duration. Right here, we've got about 3 seconds left, and you'll see the little golems here dealing a lot more damage to the enemies. Got ahead and eliminate all these enemies here. It's good for if you're going to be doing things like Pantheon wars or raids, and you're playing a Lightbinder or an Alchemist, and it'll give you all of your allies like a really huge damage boost and vulnerability, I believe. Alright, so we got a reward here, which is 100 faith. So the faith system works as follows. If I hit Alt, you'll see this yellow bar at the bottom. It goes up to 1,000 currently. The way faith works is you'll do quests, anomalies, different types of invasions, all this. All of that will contribute towards your god form progression. Faith is a resource that you'll accumulate over the week by doing several of those activities. And after you've accumulated a certain amount, you're able to call upon your different divine abilities. So things like your divine heal and your divine crowd control reduction, those cost minimal faith. However, to unlock and use your divine form, which lasts for 15 minutes, out of just, if you're just going to cast it without being in sort of a special type of content, it'll last 15 minutes and cost 700 faith. So right now I have 100, and as you can imagine, it would take some time to work up to that. So it's not a cooldown based ability. It's more of a resource based ability. However, there are additional talents that you'll be able to unlock in the future, which will further reduce the required faith. So it takes 700 at first. You'll unlock a divine form ability, which will reduce that to 500 eventually as well. All right, so I've gone ahead and unlocked my divine form. Now if I hit I here, I can go ahead and go to divine abilities, and in divine abilities you'll be able to see all the different types of abilities you have access to with your new divine form. So like I mentioned before, willpower here removes crowd control, divine healing restores 20% of your character's health, and then you have each of the individual abilities, which are the ultimate abilities of the different archetypes of god form. So God's Fury, God's Army, God's Presence, God's Might, and God's Authority. Each one of these is very specific to the type of class that you're currently playing as. And you can use all of these independently. So you can use one, say God's Authority, which will deal a large amount of crowd control, about 6 seconds if a target is in it for the entire duration before dealing damage with them. And then you can immediately swap to something like the Berserker, go for God's Might, which will deal burning damage around yourself, and it'll increase your movement speed and deal a lot of area of effect damage. So you'll be able to just swap between these within your 15 minutes, and there are certain talents that you can unlock, which will make the cooldowns for these abilities much shorter, and you'll be able to swap between your classes much faster as well. If we go to our Atlas here, you'll notice I'm in my class Atlas currently, but if I hit Divine Atlas here, suddenly you have this third echelon, this third level of Atlas. And the Divine Atlas here starts in this middle node. To actually unlock your Divine Form, you guys may remember that there is this special node right here called God's Form. During the actual quest line of getting your God Form, you'll get a special resource, which is part of a huge epic battle with an avatar of an invading god. So you're gonna have this large battle. It's very difficult. You know, it's a huge challenge. It's really we wanted to make unlocking your God Form feel like rewarding. You know, it's not just like completing any the quest. It has a very sort of large culmination, and it culminates with you getting a special resource which unlocks your God Form. So once you've done that, you have this Atlas here, which is just getting started. You can see that it progresses out here to the side. There's plenty more room for us to add more. But it looks sort of and functions similar to the main Atlas in that you have these nodes which increase your stamina, increase your damage, and increase your critical strike, etc. But then you have special nodes that you can unlock, which will do things like God's Knowledge, which increases the effectiveness of your divine healing 2 times. So instead of healing for 20%, it heals for 40%. You have the other things like increasing your God's damage by additional 20%. Now this one here, God's Might, this actually applies to both PvE and PvP. So you'll just increase your baseline damage in God Form by 20% overall. But then we'll also have ones that are more specific for PvE as well. So you won't all just be doing tons of damage to all PvP targets. There is some balance in there. But the God Form does have some pretty nice little perks that you can unlock. This one right here will reduce the cooldown between changing classes by about 10 seconds. And then up here at the very top, one of the other highlightable ones is this one will reduce the cost of Divine Form by 20. So it's 20 in solo content. It costs basically 70 faith to use your Divine Form in solo, and then in group content, something like raids or dungeons or any of the PvP, it'll cost 700, and that will be reduced to 500 faith as well. So you've got some progression here. You've got some choices determining how you want to tailor your God Form starting out. Of course, you can unlock all of these over time. And these little crystals here, these are a resource that you gain through various quests and in things like invasions and such that you'll be able to do in adventures. And that will accrue over time, and then you'll use those to unlock these nodes as you see fit. So it's pretty awesome there. Now, I believe let's go ahead and do I see some people typing raffle into the chat. Let's go ahead and get a raffle going there for a collector's edition. We have 3 collector's edition to give out, and then we have about 10 actual costumes, the hot summer costumes, which we gave out last time there. So for the giveaway sort of word for you guys to put in there to get the giveaway is going to be God Form Hype. 3 words, God Form Hype, and that'll get you the possibility of winning a collector's edition to start with. That being said, let's go ahead, and I'm going to have to do a couple of quick little cheats, if you will, basically to give myself a little bit more resources here so we can show off a little bit more of the Divine Form. Normally, it's not something that you're going to be easily able to use all the time. It is a sort of powerful ability, and it really changes the course of the battle. So we did want to make it a little bit more of a situational thing to use. However, for the sake of the stream, you know, we always want to show off all the coolness that you can do with it. So I'm going to go ahead and give myself a full amount of faith here. I'm going to come out of this research center, and we're going to go ahead and talk to this guy real quick. I have some quests here. Oh, that wasn't part of that. All right. Get on my spiffy little Formula 1 mount here, and head on over to the Divine Observatory, where we're going to meet up with some other friends and go ahead and do some adventures and some PvP, just so you guys can see the different stuff that you can achieve with your Divine Form. All right, let's go ahead and pick up
While you
question.
make your way over here, Michael, we have our winner for the first collector's edition ready to go.
Awesome. Who was the winner?
Grumbags.
Grumbags, congratulations, man. You got yourself a collector's edition. Comes with the Knight and the Alchemist class. go ahead and go to the Divine Observatory here. Now, each week, you're going to get a special quest. I have one right now, which we'll go ahead and I'll pick up after we do an adventure. But this quest will actually take you to an open world area where you'll need to assume your god form and fight against sort of a mini-sized raid boss. It'll actually announce to the entire region that you're there, that a god is there. And so players can come and assist you if they want. And it's just a chance for lower prestige players to see higher prestige god forms and you know, interact with them early on. So congrats to the winner, and we'll go ahead and group up. Gabe, do you mind sending me an invite to the group?
Should have one.
Appreciate it. Awesome. All right, then we'll go ahead and sync up with the group here. Synchronize the group. There we go. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get our group together here. Just do a typical adventure to start with. And then we'll branch out into some other types of content with the god form while we're doing that. While we're sort of grouping up here and getting into the adventure, I'd like to sort of quickly outline a couple of the major patch highlights that we have. So god form wasn't the only thing that we added with Crucible of the Gods. It was 16 pages basically of patch notes, so there was quite a lot of content to go through. I'm going to go ahead and switch to a class that I actually want to play currently. We'll go with the Berserker for now. And so beyond the god form that we added, of course, invasions, we added raids. We saw some people get the server first raids yesterday of Operation Isabella. We also added small, large PvP battleground queuing. Prestige scaling is a major thing as well. Lots of quality of life updates. And we're going to sort of be outlining a few of those as we go through this stream here. And that's also where Aaron comes in, because Aaron is going to be able to answer a lot of you guys' questions, and we'll be able to highlight a lot of what's coming in the future as well. All right, so got quite a lot of activities that I can possibly do here. You may notice with the update, there's also things called distortion analyzers and invasions. None of the invasions are currently going. These are sort of dynamic events that we queue up for players to tackle. And distortion analyzer goes along with a Pantheon specific sort of activity where you go into these distortions and fight off these really powerful monsters. It's a good opportunity for you to use your divine form and progress in it and such. Okay, so looking at what we have available to us, we've got some group content, some region content, solo adventures. I'm thinking something like Kairos Caves or Boru Catacombs or Artonis Hollow. What are you guys feeling? You guys want more demon? Do you want more mechanoid? We got all kinds of options here. Any type of preference?
I'm feeling a little demon right now.
Little demon? All right, we can get some demon going. I'm down for some demon. Kick some demon butt. So let's go ahead and go to, or got out of it accidentally. Go to Artonis Hollow. Now, when you queue for an adventure now, previously you had the normal group finder, which would try to find someone within your prestige range. Previously, if you wanted to get rewards, you needed to queue within the sort of difficulty region that went with your prestige. So if you wanted to queue with someone who was lower prestige, you could do so, but you had to do it at a difficulty that they could do, and typically that wouldn't lead to everybody saying demon here. Everybody's saying demon, awesome. We're going to get in some demon, and then we're going to fight the demons with a demon form god form. So it's going to be pretty awesome. Now what you can do is you have group finder here, which allows you to automatically scale your prestige and places the difficulty at normal. And so you'll be grouped with 2 other people currently, and your damage and your health will all sort of be equalized. And this makes it a lot easier if you have friends who are lower prestige for you to group up with them and progress through that. You can still launch it manually and choose your own difficulty here. If I wanted to, I could just click this and then choose the applicable difficulty I wanted to do. However, for the sake of just showing off the mechanic, we're going to go ahead and click group finder here. And we already have a group, so we're just going to hit join and automatically sync in there. So I have 2 other players with me, but I could just queue up for this alone if I wanted to as well. And by queuing up for this, it would automatically scale my HP and my damage so that I'm a relevant force within the actual adventure itself. Cool.
How about while we're loading here, we give away 2 more costumes.
All right. So what's going to be the word, Gabe? What would you like to have as the word?
Let's make it Artonis Hollow.
Artonis Hollow, guys. The name of the adventure. Put Artonis Hollow in the description, or sorry, in the chat box. That will be your link to get in. We'll be giving out 2 of the costumes today for players. So 2 of you will be lucky enough to get it. And those costumes are not currently available in the shop. So definitely be on the lookout for that. I'm going to get on my awesome here speeder bike, Formula 1. All right, so we got some Imp of Chaos here to take on. And, you know, I'm able to just go ahead and say, I'm going to use my Divine Form. Go into my ultimate Divine Form here. All awesome in yellow. And I can still use my normal abilities here. But I just look gigantic, which is awesome. Come in here and spin on these guys. Take them all out. So the Divine Form is really a super powerful form that you get access to. You know, it's not just a simple stat stick, if you will. You're not just getting additional stats. You are getting additional HP and additional damage, but you have your special abilities as well, which we'll show, as well as the ability to cycle between the different classes. So really, when it comes to some of that higher end content, the content that's really designed and geared for you to take on Divine Form, or for you to take and use your Divine Form, you're really going to want to use the different specialties and the different abilities that come with that. Plus, I should mention that not all the content will consume Faith. So Faith as the resource here is sort of what dictates whether or not you'll be able to use your Divine Form. However, in certain types of content, your Divine Form will automatically be able to be activated without you having to use your resource. So it's not just about that. Oops, looks like I went into my ultimate form here as my Divine God, which is pretty awesome looking. You got these giant jetpacks coming out of the side of you. Went back to my normal mode. All right.
Alright, we have the 2 costume winners.
Who do we got?
Which are, congratulations to the Kygor and TCB01 Dinges.
Congratulations, guys. You got the hot summer costume. What I need from you is I need you to send us a message on Twitch with your IGN and server so that we can award that to your account. So just go ahead, you 2 who are winners, send us your IGN and your server name, or server region, EU or NA, and we'll get you in there. Keep in mind, guys, if you don't hear your name called, or if you think your name was called and you're not sure, we will have the names of the winners posted in the official live stream announcement, so you will be able to go there and find out who was the exact winners if you're not sure. So my Divine Form lasts for 15 minutes, so it'll last for a fairly long time. However, if you die, you will lose your Divine Form and you do not get the resources back for it. So it is a risk versus reward. You get a huge buff and bonus. However, if you die, as you can see there, like Baron did, you will lose that form. I'm coming. Going to go ahead and get this aggressor here. What are you playing, Aaron? What's your class? You're doing the...
I'm doing the kinetic.
Awesome here.
I spent quite a bit of time using kinetic on my legit account that players don't know who I am.
Yes, yes. I got a berserker amulet. Awesome. Go ahead and put that on my character here. I don't think I have any amulets currently equipped. Nope. Go ahead and put that in there. This one increases crushing throw by 264 damage. Awesome. Now, you know, this is a little bit lonesome being the only god form going here. Gabe, do you mind showing off your god form?
Oh, no.
Alright, so there's 3 different cosmetic versions currently of the god form. Gabe, as you can see, he is the demon form of the god, which is pretty awesome here. And you can choose the different color variations as well. So I chose this yellow. There's quite a number of them, actually. And we'll be adding more in the future, so you'll have more customization options for your god forms here. But these are just 2 of the potential god forms. I think we'll save Aaron's towards later on. But these are just a couple of the god form versions that you'll have access to as the game continuously gets through open beta and towards launch. All right, the demons have occupied Artona's Valley. They are using obelisks to bring more of their kind in here. So we gotta go ahead and shut down those obelisks here, which should be no problem. Those giant god forms is coming in here, destroying everything. Oh, there we go. Face this wrath. All right, let's go ahead and swap to a different class here. I can go ahead and go to Lich form. Gotta wait for it to come up here. There we go. Throwing that up in the air, and boom. Now I am giant Lich form here. Awesome. Baron's going for the Gunner. And when you swap your forms, you do have a sort of a different color hue that goes with that as well. So players are able to quickly tell what type of class you're playing, even if you're in the divine form. Get some dots going. And playing as the Lich and God form is actually quite cool, because if you guys are familiar with the Necromancer, you do use your health as sort of a form of resource. And because the God form has so much health, you're able to use that and not really have to worry too much about using your stone form to regain as much health as often. Now, one of the downsides of being in your God form is the fact that you do regenerate health a lot slower than you would typically as an immortal. It's sort of like a little bit of a balancing act right there. So typically, if you're getting really low, you would want to use a divine ability, or you would want to have someone, you know, help you out there, because otherwise you'll remain at low HP for quite a while. It does take quite a number of seconds before it activates again. Go ahead and get that going. Call out some of my minions here, and it's awesome because the minions scale to the size of your divine form. So you have just giant necromancer minions. There we go. Give my necromancer minions a buff there. Got a guy coming around here. So we're actually the size of the boss here. So this boss is literally the size of our God form, to just give you guys a sense of scale. We come over here to where Aaron is. You can see how much smaller Aaron is compared to the rest. But we're just destroying this guy currently. 2 gods. It's not even an issue here. Got that damage. Awesome. There's a giant god statue right there for you guys who are interested in seeing what that looks like in god form. Come back over there. Let's go ahead and swap to a different class.
Yeah, the thing is, you can actually swap classes freely within the divine form, like we're both doing right now. So it's pretty.
I'll go to the archer here. Boom. All right. Now, archer is probably one of the classes that I'm the worst at. So if any of you archers are playing out there and sort of face palming a little bit, I do apologize. I'm more of a melee guy myself. Oh. Coming back inside here. Let's go ahead and use one of our special abilities on this guy. What do we got here? Gotta go ahead and use R. Call forth a giant orbital strike on this guy. Does about 4 strikes before crashing the gun down into the enemy. It's quite nice. CC that guy, jump back here. So some of you are probably imagining what this looks like in PvP, and we're going to be doing some PvP later in the stream. So you'll definitely be able to see how God form acts in PvP. Like I said before though, because of the fact that God form it is lost when you die, it is a risk versus reward in PvP. Because obviously you're a big target there. And players will definitely want to try to take you out. But you're sort of like a raid boss at that point. Oop. Someone's going off? Alright. Cool. Awesome. Alright here. Cleared that up. Got another obelisk here to take down. Cool. Alright, so we've got 2 god forms going now. Swap to another class just by hitting Alt, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go for the Paladin this time. Just show off what the awesome Paladin abilities look like. Boom. Alright. So with the Paladin special ability, it's actually quite cool. I basically form a vortex here, suck all the enemies into it, and then spit them out on the ground. Really great for sort of controlling enemies, and if you're going to be playing as a tank, you'll pull them all in, and then you'll be able to easily sort of manage them a lot better. Get some good action going here.
We give away another collector's edition while we kill this group here. Let's make the word this time, I don't know, obelisk.
Alright guys, this word for this collector's edition is obelisk. That will grant you the chance of winning a collector's edition. Max tier. Take this guy on here. So you do have a damage increase, which is fairly noticeable. It's not completely off the charts, if you will. So it's, you know, you're not going to go into PvP and this immediately one-shot everybody. We did want to make it a little bit more fair. You do more damage in PvE in God form than you do in PvP. And there are, of course, different sort of nodes that you can unlock which will increase your damage in PvE and just slightly in PvP as well. Got something over here to pick up of the Demon Obelisk, of course. Awesome. You know, why don't we go ahead and get all 3 God forms going here? Aaron, do you mind assuming God form with us?
Here we go.
Let's do it. Ooh. Awesome. Oh, you're also demon form. Oh, I thought we were going to show the final form. We got 2 demons and 1 mech. That's alright. So there is one other God form as well. It is basically the essence of Ali, the god of Aeolion, and you basically look like a badass Greek god. Got a muscle chest if you're a male, and then got a toga if you're a female. It's quite awesome. I'm personally partial to mechanoids myself, so I went with the mech version. Now we're just really creeping through all this stuff here. All right, swap to another class from a final.
Right before we hop in here, congratulations to K-Hole 25.
Congrats. What was his name again?
K-Hole 25.
Congrats to K-Hole 25. I totally went into a class that I didn't quite have fully unlocked, but that's alright. Going to go with my Mechanoid Monk here. Pretty good name. Alright, let's come in here and see what we got. Oh, got a portal, got a Croston here. There's a boss, it's alright. I'm gonna hang on this giant pole as a giant god form. Come in here. A lot of the abilities look even greater as a giant god. Oh, got the special ability there going for the melee, which does a lot of burning damage around him. It's pretty awesome, actually. I'll go ahead and get that going as well. Boom. So now we're doing a lot of AoE damage around us. You can activate the ability again to teleport to a target and deal additional AoE. You can just like do all kinds of AoE with the monk. Get all kinds of burning going. There we go. Oh, so there is the sort of magical DPS version of the ultimate ability there. 6 seconds. It stuns for 6 seconds and then deals damage based on how long it actually stunned the target. Use my ultimate here, my monk ultimate. Get some good punches in. So this content here, this squad content is typically not designed for players to come in, although you can obviously and do with God form. A lot of the content later on, past the point when you get your God form, like invasions, anomalies, distortions, raids, Pantheon wars, all of that content there is designed in mind with some players using their divine form through to complete the content. So you're going to have things that are really challenging and sort of like match the level of damage and the level of HP that you have with your divine form there. And keep in mind, this is just your lesser god form. So we do want in the future to reveal and start introducing, as players, you know, progress towards the upper limits of their lesser god. There'll be additional sort of like ways for you to progress past that point and perhaps become an elder god at some point as well. All right, so that was pretty awesome there. There's a little bit of an easy adventure there for 3 lesser gods. But let's go ahead and swap back to my main class here. And what we'll go ahead and do at this point is do some PvP, and that'll allow us to show off another one of the major changes to queuing for PvP. I know a lot of you guys were talking about how it was difficult to get into 10v10s and certain types of PvP content, especially when you wanted to get resources for your orders and everything. So to compensate and to sort of adapt to that, PvP battlegrounds are now grouped into 2 types. There are small battles, and then there are great battles, if you will. And you can see all the rewards for these types of battles up here. Lugran Research Base continues to be separate, and that is for players who just want to do free-for-all. We also removed executions from free-for-all, so no more of 2 players fighting each other epically and then having like a berserker leap from halfway across the map and execute a player. That no longer will happen in the free-for-all. But small battles here and great battles, it's broken up into types of or amounts of players. So small battles are up to 6 players or so, and great battles are 10v10. We're going to do some great battle gameplay here, simply for the fact that, you know, God forms and great battles would sound pretty amazing. I'm going to go ahead and do our group finder here, and it should queue us up as 3. Yep, as you can see there, it shows everything. I'm going to wait just a couple minutes for everybody in. I definitely encourage, if you're on the North American server, to join up for 10v10. We'll get the God forms in there. We'll get some gameplay going with you guys and play around. You guys can try to fight us as raid bosses. I don't know if we'll all be in God form at the same time. That may seem a little bit imbalanced for one side. But we'll see what we actually face against during that time. Let's use this opportunity, Gabe, to give out 2 more of our costumes. So we'll go ahead, and I'm going to make the keyword Great Battles. So you guys put in Great Battles, you have a chance to win one of 2 costumes. And we'll go ahead and give those out to players as we wait for this queue, which hopefully will pop here in just a minute here. The queues definitely go faster because the way that small and large great battles work, or small and large battles work rather, is, oh, there we go. It actually will use the prestige scaling as well to scale up your HP and somewhat of your damage, so you'll have more relevant fights against other players. We did keep things like symbols and you know, types of nodes that you've unlocked, or equipment, the perks of the equipment. We kept all of that the same for your character. So, you know, we're not going to have PvP battles where everybody just does the exact same amount of damage. We wanted to make it similar and relevant, but we didn't want to completely homogenize the damage as well. Here we go. Another great battle here. Got to wait for everybody to queue up. 18. Need 2 more. 19. 1 more player. Will be there we go. Great battle's beginning. Awesome here. So we're getting into one. So great battle just basically groups up all of the 10v10 content, and then small battles groups up all the 3v3 and smaller content as well. What were we saying, Gabe?
Yeah, well, we're already loaded in, but while we wait for the warm-up to end, congratulations to, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but STCRTNY, and where's the second name? Virtuosic.
Congratulations, guys. Forgot to mention that your character, once you've unlocked your divine form here, let's see if I can do this quickly enough here. Once you've unlocked your divine form, you actually have a divine aspect look where you can change your divine features. You can show that you have a halo here, which marks that you are a lesser god. And then you're able to see your divine appearance here, where eventually we'll have other options for customizing that. Let's go ahead and get this going here. So I'm going to assume my god form. And we're going to get into this game here and see what we can do. All right, here we go.
Believe it or not, this is actually my first time in a massive battle, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah. All right, looks like everybody is below. They're coming up from down below. That's all right. I'm going to come down here and, face the wrath of a god form. Oh, totally messed it up. All right, it's all right. Got an alchemist here that I'm going to try to focus on a little bit. Got 963,000 HP, so it's a little bit of work for players to take me down. Oh, they got a flag. All right, well, got to deal with that here. Oh, getting pulled back in. They don't want me to go get it. Hey, buddy.
Just behind.
Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Got my cyclone. Looks like he's got him. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Oh, come on. There we go. You're still able to get CC'd, and you know, of course, they can prevent you from moving and such. That's sort of like why you would want to use your secondary ability. However, in your god form, you don't have innately access to that. I'm getting sort of focused now that they know I'm here. I'll come back here. Enemy has captured our flag. Well, I'm gonna come around here. I think we got their flag as well. Where are the flags?
Our flag is almost there. They're
Get this guy here. Try to wait for them to group up more and use my special ability. Whoa! Getting cycloned. There we go. Looks like they're waiting towards the back there. I'm gonna go ahead and come up. Special ability time. Start burning everybody around me here. Just come around. See if I can get this guy here. The Kingslayer, he's invulnerable now, so am I. I'm gonna have to run away soon though. I only have 300 HP remaining. Let's see if I can run. Running away here. So we'll try to reset here and see if I can regain a little bit of my HP. The constant dot damage. Come here. Now I don't have any of my talents unfortunately set up for PvP right now, otherwise things like shield and such would go a lot faster. I am, however, going to swap to the tank as soon as it comes up. We'll see if we can vortex these guys here. Suck everybody in! Boom! Nice. Oh no! CC'd. It's alright. Pulling back over. Waves of Wrath here. Jump up in the air.
Oh, I just realized Aaron is in his divine form as well. I thought that was you the entire.
Oh, he's in his as well. Awesome. I'm in the thick of things here, guys.
Help is coming.
I've got 300,000 HP remaining. So it's really advantageous in Battlegrounds for players to try to keep their divine form players alive. Since you do lose it, you unfortunately, you know, as a normal player, if you lost it in PvP, you typically wouldn't be able to use it again during that match. So it is a big boost to your team, and you do act as a large sort of body blocker when you do it. I'm down to 115,000. They're really trying to focus me here. I'm trying to get away as quickly as I can. See if I can swap over to another mode. Come back around. Oh no! Wait, did I die? Oh, they killed me during my swap. Oh, the humanity of it all. All right. So now I'd have to swap back over to a class that I can use. Go like Berserker again. Let's see if we can show you from the perspective of a normal player, one who is not in their divine form. Got a knight here. Let's see if we can go and actually get our flag. I'm waiting for this knight here to die. There we go. Alright, let's go after our flag, guys. I like my halo here on top of my my Berserker helmet while I'm wearing the knight costume. Oh! I do need to... Ooh. Oh no! I thought I could jump right there. Did not even witness that. Alright. Here's our player with their flag. Doing a good job of holding back. Got God form there. Aaron doing some work. We lost the flag. No, we're actually maybe going to lose that, unfortunately. He's coming in there with the flag. Don't let him. Keep him down. Oh no. Someone maybe, hopefully we can grab their flag really fast. Try to get this knight before he thinks he can pick back up the flag. Reducing his damage for...
Yeah, I'm getting focused now.
Gabe! Come to his aid!
I am at his aid.
Here, I'll pull him away a little bit. And I'm down.
Oh no! This tank is just taking all kinds of damage. Slowly trying to get this guy, will this guy down. Oh! Knights are tricky. They deal okay, respectable damage, but they just take so much to actually take out. Alright, wait for myself to get out of combat here. We've lost our flag. Enemy flag has been returned to their base. But we've returned their flag, our flag as well. So it looks like we've sort of reset just a bit. They do have 1 point. Come on. Come on, man. You got it, Baron. You got the flag. Run away. I'll keep him at bay.
No, a little bit of a bug on my end. I can't do anything, but it's fine.
No, we could have returned it. Alright. Let's get some more god forms going here.
While I'm respawning, let's give away another 2 costumes.
Sure. Oh. I am stuck. Oh, no, it's because I'm in my mode. Whoops.
Let's make it return the flag. 3 words.
I'm gonna die. There we go. A little bug there. There we go. So god forms themselves are really strong in coordinated teams. However, when you're like us and you're just messing around with it, it's not always the best.
Even using a divine form PvP is actually a really big choice because it uses how much faith did it use?
It uses 500 faith to do it. Yeah.
So it's quite a bit.
There we go. So for the sake of just showing off more, I'll go ahead. Now I can go ahead and do. They've got our flag down there. We've got their flag up here. We do need to get a score. Kind of doing a little standoff at the moment. Wait for everybody to group up here, and I think I'm actually going to swap over to a support class and see if we can do some damage boosting to everybody. Oh, one wrong support class. Oh well. Should have gone with the alchemist. Alright, wait for the rest of the team to group up here. It's like this weird calm before the storm. Alright, let's come down here and see what we can do. Everybody's just waiting. Okay, here we go.
Hey.
Let's do this.
Get our flag back. Congratulations to 4 Thoughts and Degens for winning the costume.
Got the buffs going. I'm buffing your god form, Aaron. Ethereal shards. Seismic shards, rather. Oh. Let's go ahead and swap to Lich form here. Wait for that to come up. There we go. So there's our flag down there. All right. He's running. I'm going for him. Gotta take out this alchemist behind him, shielding him and trying to do some work to him. So using Lich form in PvP actually is pretty advantageous if you're in God form, just for the fact that you'll be able to sort of restore some of your HP. Getting CC'd in place here. Why? There we go.
They said just because they didn't seem to hear me, I'll repeat the contest winners again. Forethoughts and Degens won the costumes.
Congratulations, guys. Again, if you cannot hear it or if you weren't sure. Oh, am I gonna get him? Yes, there. Drop that on him. Let's get some giant Lich form, guys. God form, Lich all the way. Keeping them busy. Let's go ahead and dash back over here. Oh, I'm so slowed. Nice. Get my statue going here. Giant Mantide. I want the flag. Alright, I'm going. I'm going.
I have to say, this other team is doing a really good job of chaining the flag. Like, as soon as we take one down, another one's standing right there ready to pick it up.
Yep. That was what I saw of the knight earlier that we were trying to take out there. Pulling back around. My health is now regenerating, which is awesome. But unfortunately, I can't really do anything. So even if you're in the God form, you're like, okay, I'm going to pick up the flag. And then when I pick up the flag, I'll just hold it on. I'm in the God form. No one's going to be able to do anything to me. However, you really do sort of limit yourself in God form by doing that, simply for the fact that you can't use any of your abilities. So you're kind of just stuck here. Your massive tank, you know, you have 400 to 500 HP, depending on 500,000 HP rather, depending on which class. But you're unable to use any of your abilities, including your divine abilities as well. Got another God form there going from the Baron. I will, I guess I'll stick with the group. I'll sort of make myself a sitting duck otherwise.
That's exactly what happened to me. I had to back way out.
So I'm going to be a little bit riskier here to move in just so that I'm around the allies in case I need to get shielded or protected. Actions not available. So they lost the flag and then they immediately got the flag back because they're all around it. They can just walk over there. Come on. Take him out. So this would be a good opportunity to like cyclone them all in or use any of the special abilities for like the magical classes that stun for up to 6 seconds. That would give you your team, you know, a pretty massive advantage there. There we go. Some ultimate abilities here. 3 god forms. One of the gods getting low. Oh, here it goes. Large stun. Lost the flag. I'm going. I'm going. I'm going. No! Oh, wait, no. Okay, I thought we'd returned it. They're trying to slow me down as much as possible. I'm making my way there. Come on. So slow. I'm moving very slowly here. You guys gonna kill him? Is it gonna happen?
Working.
Yes. Return. No.
They're doing a very good job of picking right back.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're also really near their spawn, so they're able to quickly pick it up and keep it going there. Well, that's all right.
Yeah, it's really good chaining work on their team.
So the effect all scales with it, so that does mean things like AoE melee have increased range as well, Reaper Slash and Whirlwind. There is a just because you're larger, the effects and everything are slightly larger, so there is somewhat of a larger area radius for that. Yeah, your abilities sort of do have a longer range, if you will.
Yeah, your abilities are all increased range and distance.
Return. Go ahead and fight me, man. You got 500,000 HP to move through. I'm just gonna stay right here. Puny human. Don't you know I'm a god? Are we getting any closer over there to getting it?
Unfortunately not.
I did see Aaron get a kill over there. Seems like a pretty epic battle over there. Unfortunately, me with the flag here doesn't really do anything. I'm getting focused here. I gotta come back to you guys. Come back over here. I sort of need like one bodyguard at all times. It's just funny to have a god need a body for, you know. Return. It's just not gonna happen, it looks like. Only got 1 minute and 45 seconds left over here. Everybody's getting close to dying. Someone. It's getting low. Alright, I'm coming back. Let's go down here. Move around to the side here. So yeah, 10v10 isn't necessarily the main mode that you're going to be seeing players. Oh, you got it? Okay, I'm moving, I'm going. I'm going. Yes! With 1 minute remaining. Awesome, I can finally use my abilities. Boo! Boo indeed. We'll wait for them to come over here. We got the next set of flags. One minute left here. Alright. Special ability. Throw that down right in the center here. Stuns everybody in there.
Oh, last minute gained a point.
Yes! That's going to put us in the lead. It only took 3 god modes to do it. That's all it took. So yeah, God mode doesn't automatically mean instant win, obviously, as you can see. There is certainly more HP that players have to deal with, but in 10v10, I doubt you'll see God form very often. You're going to see a lot more of the God form in things like Pantheon Wars and such, when it comes to PvP at least. And there'll be specific modes where players can use their God form to do that. So I honestly had 11 assists there. Actually, it was fairly low. Looking up here, the Baron and Aaron both doing great. I guess that's what happens when I just sit back there with the flag. Makes for a good tank, but certainly doesn't really do much else. All right, so we managed to finally win. I'm glad we were able to win that. It would have been pretty embarrassing if we weren't able to do that with 3 different God modes.
No, so, that would have been not good.
God form, it's not everything, okay? Even with good team chemistry, a good team build, and teamwork, you can overcome it.
Yeah. So God form, go ahead.
I was about to say, and the other team was actually having pretty good teamwork, chaining those flag drops, and they almost stopped us.
Yeah, so they managed to actually get our flag back to near their spawn, which is why we were having such a hard time actually getting it. Simply for the fact that by the time we would be able to kill them off, you know, through shields and stuff like that, their allies would respawn. But we managed to do it through final teamwork. We got together and did that, so it was great. And go ahead and can't use your ultimate ability. Oh, sorry. I don't have enough faith. That's right. Should be able to use it now.
No, you cannot use it.
Oh, can't use it in the Divine Death. That's right. Forgot about that. Anyways. Cool. So yeah, let's see here. At this point, so we've shown off some of the notable features that are just for everybody. Things like the prestige scaling and things like the different PvP queues. as well as the solo PvP queue. I wanted to take this opportunity to go ahead then and answer a few Q&A questions related to the Crucible of the Gods update. You guys have been having a ton of questions posted on the forums and on Twitter I've seen, and so I thought this may be a great opportunity for us to sit down and actually talk to you guys a little bit more about that. While we're doing that, though, while you guys post your comments here in the Twitch chat, we'll go ahead and give away I believe our final collector's edition, right, Gabe?
That's correct.
One more. In this case, we're going to go ahead and make the keyword Crucible of the Gods. So Crucible of the Gods, the name of the patch update. And we'll go ahead and do that. And while that's happening, we'll look for questions here that you guys have been posting a little bit, and work on Twitter and forums and get some questions answered here. I see, Aaron, there's a question here related to the Monk update. So when can players expect to see some further balance changes added in after the Crucible of the Gods update?
You know, we're working on a lot of balance changes, different things like that coming down the road. I know some players have looked ahead at the Russia patches and seen some of the balancing there. We're gonna get them. You know, we're working on it. It requires a lot of work to get them into our region, and they're definitely coming, and we're working on getting them as soon as possible. We're trying to get closer to the Russia releases, and so you're not having to wait for as long in between. But it's incoming, it's in the process, and we're working. I mean, with this Crucible of the Gods update, we basically jumped forward 2 months, and we got a lot closer than we were before. So.
I see some people asking about certain types of bugs, like Pantheon chat bug, etc. Aaron, do you have any updates on those type of fixes coming?
Yeah, so I mean, there's a couple of the bigger issues that we're looking into quickly. Things like the Pantheon chat bug, Pantheon mix-ups on the portal. Those are definitely being looked at. We were looking at them before this update. This update was supposed to fix some of those issues, but we're still having some. So that's being put right into the forefront. We're working with the devs almost immediately when we started seeing the problems happen again. There's also, I know there's been some discussion on the prestige scaling as well. A lot of discussion on the forums. It's been kind of a hot button topic. We're also looking into that as well. There's some balance changes to it, some changes to how it works, and those are coming down the line as well. Can't give an ETA on fixes for either of these, but they are, again, pushed right to the forefront, and we're working on them.
Good. So yeah, if you guys have any concerns about prestige scaling, feel free to share them with us on the forums and on Twitter and Facebook. And we are looking at that, and we are looking to do some changes to it, like Aaron said, to address that essentially. Will we ever be able to trade with players? I think I am able to answer that. Currently, we don't have any direct plans for players to trade with each other. Of course, there is the marketplace here, which I don't know if players understand this, but the marketplace, when it comes to things like certain types of resources, things like enhancement stones and stuff, these sort of directly tie into what players are selling to the marketplace. So the marketplace acts as like a middleman or in between. And the reason we did this is because of the fact that a lot of times you'll find, especially with free-to-play MMOs, there's a ton of gold sellers, there's a lot of real money trading, and a lot of that hyperinflates and changes the economy. So by doing this, players are still able to access a lot of the key resources that they would do if they were to just trade it with players. However, it's in a much more controlled environment, and we're able to control and make sure that nothing is getting out of whack with the economy, and you don't have players that come in 6 months to a year down the line and find that everything has been hyperinflated for players who have been playing for much longer. Additionally, there is it currently is not on, but there is an option that we will be enabling that allows the price of items to fluctuate based on demand. So if players are selling a lot of those items, the price is going to go down, and there's sort of going to be that marketplace fluctuation, if you will. So these prices here will adjust depending on how players actually engage with the market here. Cool. So
yeah, let me hop in here real quick.
Sure.
Congratulations to Sham Gone Wild for winning Collector's Edition.
Congrats to Sham Gone Wild for winning Collector's Edition, guys. Last one there. And Gabe, we do have a few more costumes to give out as well, right?
Yep, we currently have 4 left.
All right, so what we'll do is we'll do like a large mega give out for the last 4 here. We're going to go ahead and make it base the keyword here based on the area we're at right now, which is Roku Hollow. So go ahead and type in Roku Hollow, and you'll be able to be entered into the final giveaway for the different hot summer costumes here. Again, if you do not know whether or not you've won a costume or anything, you will be able to, I'll go ahead and put on the hot summer costume here so you can see it. You will be able to look at this, the winners on the official post after the stream is over. So shortly after, we will place all the winners up there and you'll be able to see that. I recommend, if you guys are in game, to come go ahead and come out here to this region, the Roko Valley here, if you're the highest prestige, if you're like in the 30,000 prestige range. We'll do a couple of Godform duels here just for some funsies as we finish us up and answer a few more questions from the community before we wrap our stream up here. So Roko Hollow, everybody's putting that in there. And Gabe, why don't we come down here a little bit and find ourselves an epic spot for some Godform duels. So this is actually one of the regions you guys will find at 30,000 or so prestige. This is a key area in the storyline for Skyforge, and you're going to find out a lot about sort of the intentions behind certain characters. There's going to be a lot of sort of reveals happening here as well. Not to give out any spoilers or anything like that. That right there is an invasionary ship. So this ship here, I will get to you, Duel. I see you over there. I see you. This is one of the invasion ships. You actually will travel to that ship as part of the storyline. So that will be pretty awesome for you guys. I did see a couple players asking about invasions, when they're going to start and such. Aaron, do you mind going ahead and... Hold on, Duel. Let me go ahead and get in my divine form here. Aaron, do you mind going ahead and talking a little bit about that, when players are going to be able to do that?
Yeah, so invasions we didn't turn on the beginning of Crucible of the Gods. It is something we're going to turn on soon. We just want to make sure that the servers are stable. We've cleared up some initial issues that we might be having, and then we're going to make sure that we turn that on. Our main focus right now is fixing any little issues we have or any bugs that we have, getting that done, making sure we're stable, and then we're going to turn on invasions and really blow this out of the water.
Can you talk a little bit about what invasions are for those who may be not familiar?
Yeah. Basically, yeah. I mean, invasions are going to be. It's a higher level content. Oh, give me 1 second here. I get interrupted.
I just got destroyed here by Duel. Good job, Duel. Knowing how to play his class correctly in Godform.
Okay. So they're basically giant, incredible, just huge scale events that basically invaders are going to come in, take over an area, and you're going to need every able-bodied, every person possible that can come in and help fight back the invaders and really just go after it. There's going to be a lead up into it when we turn them on. It's going to let you know that, hey, invaders are coming. It's going to give you a couple days to get prepared and get ready for it, so you can really get your defense ready and ready to go on it. And then that event's going to turn on. You're going to need to go and it's going to basically it's going to affect all players. So you're going to need to go in there and help out and clear those people, those enemies.
And eventually you'll actually go ahead and fight the avatar of the invading god, which is a large scale fight for sure. Oh, what do we got going here? There's a lot of spell effects going on right now. Apologies if there's a little bit of delay on the stream here. You can kind of see these sort of like small birds and different just avatar monsters of the god of death just getting creamed in the side here as we sort of move around. Oh.
Yeah, I mean another thing too. I mean, you don't have to yet have your divine form to be affected by this as well. So you want to make sure that when invasions are going, that you're ready to go in there and help fight in these battles. Victory will also bring bonuses and rewards for all players. But also, if you don't defeat it, everyone's going to have to deal with the consequences as well.
Exactly. Now keep in mind, guys, even if you don't have your divine form currently activated, like you don't have enough resources to do so, oh, I'm getting sucked in. You will actually be able to use, the CC break or the heal. So there's certain abilities you'll still be able to use even outside of your divine form in that content, like he said, like invasions, raids, distortions, etc. So the god form here isn't like required. You don't have to have it to do all the in-game content. It certainly is going to be necessary for some of the higher content as well. But again, it's a limited resource, so you want to really make sure that you understand when you're going to need to use it here. Man, we got a lot of different divine forms going off now. People just showing it all off, which is awesome here. This battle here between me and Baron just going on quite a while. Let's see if I can swap to another class. I'll go Archer this time here. Use my special ability here. Get some attacks there. Aaron, do you know anything about Argents being refunded for Ether cores? I believe there may be an update coming.
So yeah, there again, a lot of players have read ahead and they've seen in Russia that that in a future update that we're working on, the way you basically embed Ether cores is going to change, and because of that, Argents that you have currently spent to embed these Ether cores will be refunded because it's no longer going to require Argents. This is an upcoming update. Unfortunately, I don't have an estimated time of arrival for all of you, but it is something that we're going to be getting, and it will be coming sooner rather than later.
Awesome. Aaron, can you talk a little bit about, like, we showed off the F1 formula. Oh, he's invisible. We showed off the F1 formula mount, which you'll be able to get from an upcoming event. Can you talk a little bit about those events and sort of how those events will work? Is there anything we're revealing about those currently?
We're still working on them. We don't have a date when we're going to start those quite yet, and we're still testing and making sure it's going to work correctly for us. We're also working on changes to them based on stuff that was we saw in the first time it was run in RU, as well as we're looking at our market here as well, and making sure that just because it worked a certain way in RU doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the same way it works here, the same prices and all of that. It's something we're really looking into to make sure that it works for us, because every region is different, and we're getting changes earlier than Russia's getting changes, and vice versa. So it's all work in progress. As far as the first event we're going to get, I'll go ahead and let you know that we are going to do the Grand Prix event first. We don't have a date on it yet. Again, like I said, we're working on changes and balancing and things like that. But you'll be able to get the Grand Prix mount that you guys were showing a little while ago through that event.
Awesome. All right. Well, Gabe, this duel is going on forever.
Whoa, I did notice you may have regenerated your health.
Yeah, I accidentally did that. I apologize for that, Gabe. We'll just say it was a draw. We'll call it a draw. We'll call it a draw.
No, I won.
You won? Okay, you won. You won,
anyway,
Gabe.
now that that's over, congratulations to our last four costume winners. Mr. Pantaloons, Freon, Frenzies with an O in the middle, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, Daniel38, and Dantex P, too.
Congratulations, guys. Congrats to getting all of those awesome costumes. All right, well, I think that's going to go ahead and wrap up our stream for today. Well, there's a couple more questions maybe we can get to in the comments before we go, but that's going to be pretty much the majority of what we're going to be going over today. Let's see. Aaron, do you see any additional comments that you would like to respond to directly?
Chat's going so quick. I've been trying to look.
See what we got. Where is the target? There he is. All kinds of spell effects going off here. Oh, looks like I might end up.
Okay, here's one. Why does it take so long for you guys to port over bug fixes and balance fixes? I'm a programmer, and I can't imagine loc and bug fixes being tied together in any respectable program. Can you talk about this? So yeah, I can address that. It takes a little while to come over here. It does. So it's not just loc fixes being tied to bug fixes. They're not. We can actually change localization outside of fixing bugs. However, a lot of these bug fixes are tied into a specific version of the game where we're doing large changes, so we tie it into a brand new version. So like we jumped from 0.64 in our first release for our open beta, and Crucible to Gods is 0.65. It's a major version release where it comes out with a lot of deep, hard-coded core fixes to the code. And so we have to, some of these changes require those large changes to the code, so we bring it in as a version change. That means that because all these smaller fixes are tied into the major version change, we have to get a lot of these things, we have to wait for a lot of these things to be fixed. And that's what we're speeding up. That's why we, with Crucible of the Gods, we jumped up to version 0.65, and we basically jumped forward 2 whole months and got a ton of fixes in. We actually even brought some of the smaller fixes that 0.65 had in Russia, and we actually put them in 0.65 for us. So we actually got them earlier than we were supposed to. So we are pushing together, pulling bug fixes into the earlier version, if at all possible. We are working on that. Also, some of the whatever fixes we can get for version 65, we do try to get that as quick as possible. It's just a lot of these things do take a little time to determine what exactly is the cause, because there are multiple mechanics in this game, and things can take a while to determine exactly what mechanic is causing the problem. For example, in an early version in CBT, and you guys didn't see this, we actually had a problem where when we had saved name reservation and we went to go click accept, when we were creating a new character, it actually wasn't working. So it actually took a bit to figure out where the problem was, and it turned out that it was Quinta, our appearance change NPC. There was a code change in her that was actually blocking it. So I mean, it could be some obscure thing like that that is causing the actual issue, and normally you would never think that would be tied together, but because of the back-end code, it was. So we're working as fast as we can. We're getting changes put in as fast as we can, and just sometimes because it requires a big code change, we have to wait until the version.
So there you go, guys. Well, if you guys have any other questions, definitely go ahead and post them in our official live stream announcement. We'll try to go in there and answer any of the ones we weren't able to during the stream. There were so many questions, guys. You guys have been spamming chat with great questions, and definitely there are as many. We want to answer as many as we can. I see a couple redundant questions, so hopefully the community can help fill those people in that we've answered them. But the VOD will be available on YouTube and on Twitch after this stream here. So later on today, you guys, later on today or tomorrow, you will be able to watch the whole video if you missed anything like that. And if you have any additional questions, feel free, please, to post them on the forums or on Twitter, on Facebook. We look at that all the time, and we're always trying to be as active as possible to respond to you guys and to be a part of the community there for you guys. So definitely do that. In terms of everything else, we will see you guys next week for another live stream. This one was specifically focused on the Crucible of the Gods update, but we want to do more live. I've been made small, Gabe. I know that's you. I know that's you making me small here. I'm so tiny. But we'll be doing more sort of unofficial live streams over the next coming weeks, where we just play with you guys. We'll invite you guys from the community to play with us. We'll be doing adventures and PvP, and also we'll be teaming up with various live streamers of Skyforge as well, and doing stuff duo with him. So definitely look forward to those guys, and we'll be looking forward to having more streams and interacting with you guys, so appreciate it. If you guys want to just keep up to date with us on Twitter, our Twitter is official Skyforge. You're able to go there and talk to us there. Same with our Facebook. And we'll leave all the description and details if you want to go to our social media pages down in the Twitch description boxes below the actual live stream. But otherwise, thanks for coming, guys, and we will see you for the next stream. Until then, later.